Greetings and salutations, friends. Bit of a change of pace this time. It's been a while since I've actually played Warframe. And, in fact... now that I'm back, I just noticed there's a new event ongoing. Operation Belly of the Beast. Which I only have 7 days left to do. And I noticed that to play it, I need to do the new story quest, Jade Shadows. So, let's get on that, shall we? Kind of ironic, the name of that, actually, considering the reason I haven't played much of this game is entirely because I've been wrapped up in playing Shadow of the Erd Tree. I've been releasing an entire series on that, don't worry. That will be continuing. But now, let us go and seek out this new quest. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Struggling to understand the oldest and deepest secret from his past, Stalker finds himself allied with sworn enemies on the troubling road toward uncovering the truth and averting an incalculable loss. Now that's interesting. Because, well, the Stalker has been all but pointless for a long time now. He was a threat very, very, very early in my playtime of Warframe, but I don't know that he ever managed to kill me. If he did, it must have been, within the first week or two of me playing? Back before I knew how to do anything in this game? So, to put it lightly, he's been just kind of in the background ever since. Not much in the way of impact, gameplay, or lore-wise. With the exception of the new war, where he apparently worked, I think it was with Hunhao? I'm forgetting the exact name. He was working with a sentient, and the blade, the war sword that he used to try to kill us way back when, was actually a weapon of the sentience, gifted to him so that he could murder us, but, well, he failed at that quite spectacularly. To the point where he's kind of a meme now, isn't he? But, enough, dunking on our poor Stalker Vlad. Let's actually get in and see what we're in for. Okay. Trauma related to motherhood. Well, okay. You're really going to make me jump through hoops to actually play this, aren't you? Oh, you want me to do all caps. Yeah, I kind of understand the idea of putting trigger warnings, but honestly, this is a smidge excessive. Okay, now let's get into it. That's not my orbiter. It's a brand new show. It's the Stalker's ship, isn't it? I suppose he'd have to have one to chase us all over the place. But I kinda like the idea of him literally just teleporting everywhere.
All your dreadlong life, you have lived with despair, anguish, hatred. But none of these compare to your guilt.
Stalker versus Excalibur. Though Excalibur is using a plain old Skana. Oh.
Of all the gods and kings and golden lords, why was it you she saved?
We're playing as this Soren. Now we're playing as the Stalker. I was always curious about whether or not they would ever give you the Stalker as one of your Warframes, and what abilities they would give him, but I guess now I'll have my answer. Okay, I can phase right through this. Okay, there's more than one. I was curious otherwise. So is this just bits of Jade? Did someone literally tear her to pieces and I'm stumbling across what's left in a rather macabre treasure hunt? Or is someone just trying to lead me away? Well, they're certainly leading me somewhere. Oh. There she is.
Her light is dying. Her life almost spent. And you will never learn why this unknown slaughterer chose to spare you.
Ah, so it was Hunhao. I thought that was the name, but I got him mixed up with a few things in me head. And it's been quite a while since I've addressed Warframe in its story. I probably will actually do a full playthrough of the story quests of this game again. Look forward to that if you're interested, I guess. Comfort her. Also, to refer to the Warframes as slaughterers is an interesting thing, considering that all Warframes, to my understanding, were human originally. The Excalibur Umbra model was absolutely human before Ballas did unspeakable things to him, to put it mildly. So, all of the Warframes were humans who were transformed into what they now are, and given over to the Tenno to be used as their vehicles, so to speak. So, yeah, the Warframes are all kind of tragic creatures in that way. But let's move on. Let us give to her comfort, if we may.
You know whose help she needs. Will you let her drown in your despair? Or will you sheathe your hate and ask them?
Never.
Knowing the Stalker's arsenal, you could say that that question was just edge personified, or a literal question of, are you going to put the damn weapon away? I forget, was hate the scythe or the bow? I should have checked with my own arsenal before I came here. Oh well. Yes, we have the Stalker's ship. Maybe I just made a mistake, because I didn't check in on the arsenal. Alone. I'm assuming that they're not going to let us play around with our own arsenal. We are playing as the Stalker, after all, and not our Tenno. That said, I do have pretty much all of the Stalker's weapons already. I've killed him so many times, after all. Anything but that. A spy mission? Okay.
Still, you delay. You doom the only one you ever wished to save through your own stubbornness.
Okay, so the hate was the scythe, dread the bow, and despair for the throwing knives, or the kunai. I knew those were the names. Just been so long since I've actually used any of them. That I'd forgotten which one was which. Okay, now we're bloody in for it. Killing these guys shouldn't be much of a problem. But... oh, red crit. You are built pretty well, aren't you? Certainly stronger than I would have guessed, considering how it always goes when you fight us. Now, I have to wonder, how hard are they going to make this stealth segment? Because, I'll be honest, the stealth mechanics are not that much of a problem, but I do have Ivara Prime. And because I have Ivara Prime, and that I have the special modification for her, allowing me to ignore most traps. Yeah, I'm actually pretty bad at doing these without Ivara. Oh, auto breach. Well, that part at least looks like it's gonna be easy. The rest, though, we'll see. Let's see if I can find a duct to climb into. Ooh. And I almost ballsed it up right there. Yeah, because the higher end versions of these spy missions can be a bit annoying with their traps. Yep. My Ivara Could literally walk right through the laser gate right there. Just go straight on through it without even pausing. Okay, look. Oh, thought I saw a red glint of a camera field there. Well, thankfully not. Okay. Yeah, with Ivara, I have perspicacity, allowing me to insta-crack everything. And while she's invisible, she can literally walk right through the lasers, too. So unfortunately, I've gotten very used to having to do virtually nothing to break into vaults. And same thing goes with the interception mission type and the defense mission as well. Each of one can really use a Warframe with a good AoE. And one of my favorite go-tos for that is Volt. Volt Prime. Kitted out for huge range and very high damage, allowing me to just wipe the entire map clean with the press of a button. And the more enemies there are, the more potent Volt's lightning storm gets. Ooh. Okay. Okay, just need to wait and... Oh, no.
How did we just lose a significant percentage of our bioplasma reserves? Well, hello? Any techs care to run a diagnostic?
What the... Why are you invincible? Okay. Don't know why that one just wasn't taking damage. But it looks like... looks like the Stalker has perspicacity by default. But he also does not have... Ivara's ability to walk straight through the laser defense barriers. Or the tripwires, I suppose I ought to call them. But yeah, basically I had one Warframe for each job, more or less. And while that makes the overall experience much easier... Oh, he does have... Okay, what are your abilities, actually? Oh, you can teleport. You can mark the enemy. Smokescreen. Okay, so you can turn invisible. And what's your passive? Oh well. Goes rather well with your ability to go invisible, huh? Okay. Let me guess, though. Your invisibility will end. Yeah. Yeah, Ivara can go invisible as long as she has energy to burn. Stalker? 18 seconds is the max. Okay. Need to learn how to aim properly with the bow again. Where does this get us? Okay.
That's no system fault. We've got an intruder. Triple robotic security on all vaults.
A little too late for that, don't you think? You're halfway gone already. Okay. Yep, something took out my shield. Okay, we're slightly closer to this one. I'm willing to bet that you won't be able to pass through these without triggering them. Okay. Oh, you can. Let me test that theory. Oh, you can. Huh. Okay, so I was just being silly before.
There. Camera 5. What is that thing? Tenno? Oh, doesn't fight like a Tenno. Troops, monitor. But keep your distance. Am I on? Intruder! This is Captain Zito of the Ardent, in service to mighty Parvos. Whoever you are, stand down. Your actions will not be tolerated.
Rather limp-wristed response, don't you think? And by the by, what about the Stalker is not like a Tenno?
Well done, whatever you are. It seems you have what you came for. But why?
Yeah, I don't see much of a point in telling you that, frankly. Yeah, just showing off how bad I am at aiming, apparently.
He's a what? Read me that entry again, Ensign. But what use would the Tenno Hunter have for medical-grade bioplasma? Track him.
It occurs to me that if Zeto can track us, then she'll probably find a way to get all the way to wherever we're hiding Jade. And that would be bad. At least one would assume so. Okay, so that's the spy mission dealt with. Yeah, I didn't realize that the Stalker actually could pass straight through the lasers while stealthed, just like Ivara can. Didn't think he could do that, because no one else can do that but Ivara. At least, last I checked, she was the only one who could. Loki can turn invisible, but his invisibility does not grant him the ability to pass straight through the barriers undetected. And as for... what was it? Limbo. He can pass through them, but the visual sensors will catch him. So let's see if the bioplasma will help. Ugh. Her face came off. Hmm.
You see? Futile. Only one can help her now. Beard the beast in its den. You know the path of old.
So, the Stalker is now... What? Oh, that's Zeto, isn't it? Yeah, she found us. Knew we should have killed her. Where did you jump to? There you are. On the one hand, it's nice to see all those red crits.
Damn it! Signal lost.
Yep, on the one hand, it's nice to see all the red crits and all, but on the other, if the Stalker did anywhere close to this kind of damage to the Tenno, he'd be far more dangerous to deal with on missions. So it's a little incongruous. But oh well. Wouldn't exactly be fun if he were tickling the enemies here, now would it? And to be fair again, the only people who can take on the Stalker and consistently beat him are the Tenno. Pretty much everyone else, I would imagine, is kind of fodder to him, since he is a bloody Warframe. Though lore-wise, he is a powerhouse in his own right. It's just that the Tenno are a few steps past that. Ooh.
Operator? Did you disable the security grid?
Ooh. I'm aboard my... Oh dear, I'm aboard my own orbiter now. Except I'm in the space version, and not at the base camp with Call. I imagine they did that specifically to avoid the question of why exactly Call didn't get involved in this mess to try and save the Tenno.
Whoever is there, step into the light.
I think not, Ortis.
Who's there? Operator? Umbra? Hellman.
You
Otis assuredly heard something just now.
You think the Helmet is up and about, walking around?
Otis assuredly heard something just now.
Oh, it's the...
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Last guy who tried sticking me with a blade? Things didn't go so well for him.
Stay calm, Operator.
Urgent!
Wait! Ortis, I don't think he's here for a fight. Are you?
That feather. Processing. It is from a Warframe. One who went missing around the time of the Oracle fall, but documentation is scarce. Almost redacted.
You're here for help? For a Warframe? Why? You hate Warframes. Unless... is this one... like... you?
Order scouts, anything is left of their sanity at this point.
All right, I'll help. For them. Whoever they are.
Couldn't help but notice that was...
Strange. A Warframe's power should last forever, but some additional factor is draining hers. I am unable to determine what.
We can't let her die.
To restore a depleted Warframe, Order suggests you turn to the base matter of which Warframes are made.
The infestation. Go!
I can't help but notice that we're dealing with the child version of the operator rather than the drifter. I wonder why. Because I was definitively using the drifter rather than the operator. I suppose the power dynamic would be fairly different if it were the drifter. Especially after Duviri, where the drifter can fight not necessarily equal to a Warframe, but they can certainly fend off a scythe. So I guess they went with the operator instead of the drifter, just so that sticking the hate scythe in his face would not result in a sword fight. Because the operator just can't do that, unlike the drifter can. It looks almost as if the Stalker and Jade were lovers before they even became Warframes. The Ancestor. Yeah, technically all Warframes are infested creatures.
If you're serious about saving her, you need to spill a lot of infested blood. She needs corticone, and that has to be harvested directly from a juggernaut.
Been a while since I've deliberately hunted a juggernaut. I do appreciate the infested, because dealing with the Corpus and the Grineer can get a bit monotonous after a while, a bunch of gun-toting enemies. So actually having something to use the melee weapons on, I appreciate it. And just the old-fashioned hacking through a horde of horrors can also be rather entertaining in its way. It's one of the reasons I quite enjoy this game.
He's on a derelict. One of the old Corpus hulks off Eris. Find me the cargo manifest. I want to know what he's searching for.
Oh, it won't be anything on the cargo manifest, I guarantee you that. Great big juggernaut.
He's woken a juggernaut. Clumsy. Unless he meant to? But why?
Getting a bit... a bit out of my depth with this one. didn't get much in the way of damage, and... Okay. Looks like I can eventually hack him to death. Feel like this would go a lot faster if I had my Excalibur Umbra. That's another point, actually. Why wasn't Umbra defending the operator? Or is the story that Umbra is off with the Drifter? Don't know. Despite all the red crits I'm getting, this is not going very fast, is it? Come on. Yeah, I'm not actually getting much better damage for using his spore than I am just wailing on it with the scythe. And now the bow is doing better. There we go.
Just stand there. Go! The longer we wait, the less of a chance we have of saving her.
Wait. Bioplasma. Now cortichrome. Could it be he's playing doctor? There's a Warframe at the bottom of all this. I'm sure of it. Alert the Sisterhood. No. Alert Vala herself. I want to deliver this asset to her personally.
Gunning to join the Sisters of Parvos, are you? Also, I wonder why exactly the Tenno was necessary, considering all we had to do was go after a random juggernaut. Seems like the Stalker could have figured that out on their own. I suppose what comes next is going to have to account for that. What other special knowledge and power does the Tenno have that the Stalker cannot replicate? Granted, there are several answers to that, but... we'll have to see which one they choose. The Tenno have a unique gift for interacting with Warframes. So perhaps the Tenno's presence is going to be necessary. We'll see.
She's worse. We can buy her a few more minutes, but she's not going to make it through this.
Try.
You don't understand. Whatever's been draining her, it's speeding up. And she's not fighting it.
Try.
She's pregnant.
Jade.
I wonder... what would happen if a pregnant woman were turned into a Warframe? Is that what this is? So the Stalker became a father. And now these bastards are going to intrude on this moment. Yeah, die, absolutely all of you.
We've secured his ship. He's not going anywhere.
Neither are you. You will not leave this place alive.
He's coming up. Get security in position. Do not screw this up for me. The Sisterhood doesn't give second chances.
Candidate. Brother Pavlos is watching.
You reminded me.
Captain, there's no Warframe down there. Just traces.
Took something. Rip it from his dead hands.
Yeah, you reminded me that I'm gonna have to kill Parvos at some point, too. Now this is a cool weapon. And if the Stalker uses this on me in the next mission, that's gonna be a fair bit harder to deal with. But yeah, the inhumanity of attacking the new father with his child. Yeah, they all deserve to die for this. Gatling laser. Oh dear. If I get to you before you manage to shoot me dead, I'm going to eviscerate all of you. Oh, that's looking less and less likely though. Oh no. Now would be a good time to step in, Tenno.
All crews, cease fire! Cease fire! Stop firing!
So what now, Corpus? So there is some decency in you after all. But will that remain true, I wonder? A more decent outcome than I was expecting. So, Warframes can give birth. Or at least Jade did. Though was she pregnant before the turn happened, I wonder? Soren was the Stalker's real name. In memoriam. Looks like the trip was good enough to patch up a leg. Yes, the Warframes were always biological constructs. It actually made me wonder why the Orokin never made themselves into immortal flesh of steel.
The Legums. If the Lords found out...
We're on Lua. So are we going to find Jade's operator?
You'll take care of us. Always. Won't you?
I wish that he could have. I don't quite see the reason why Orion would be the evil name. I prefer Orion.
Orion.
Protector. Well, well. Jade Shadow's quest complete. The heart is a labyrinth, none darker than Stalker's. At the center lay answers, loss and life. One life lost, for another life gained. Life never before seen in the Origin system. An impossible life that, in turn, brought with it more questions than answers. Honestly, I don't see why there was a trigger warning in the front of that. People are sensitive, I guess.
Someone is attempting to contact the operator. Please check your inbox.
The Stalker. Offering his thanks, perhaps?
Hello. The shadow has fled. His lair is silent and empty. He will not return. Understand, she haunts this place. Her light has marred the earth. She whispers in the sleeping machines. Through the disintegration of her flesh, she lives on. In honor of my barren, void-scarred womb, I entrust Jade to you. He would not have wished this, but she would. I remain the great and terrible Unnatural.
And now...
Operator? Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
So you can actually see her abilities listed out now. So that was an interesting quest. And it does kind of go in line with a few things I was pondering about. The Warframes are all biological constructs. Infested humans, originally. Every last one of them. We create replicas, so to speak. But they're all based on that original human. It's what gave them their personality, their powers, if you will. So the idea that the Warframes would be capable of more, well, human feats, including procreation, was something that was in the back of my head, but, well, for obvious reasons, I didn't go too deeply into that subject, considering all Warframes look like they're mechanical. They're machines. Skin of literal steel. So, yeah. I kind of thought this might be a possibility. So, interesting stuff, and I'm gonna have to ponder this for a little bit. But that ends the Jade Shadow's quest. And I think that'll be the end of this video also. So let me know if you guys want to see more Warframe content. Don't worry, I've pretty much wrapped up my Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree coverage already, so that won't really be interfering with the schedule on those. These will just be interspersed among the otherwise daily uploads of Elden Ring. So, don't worry, those are still coming. Just let me know if you want any more of these in particular, as I'm thinking of playing through all of the major story quests again. Partly because I haven't played them in a long while, and partly because I thought it might be interesting to contemplate and go over the story beats of Warframe, as I did find them rather interesting at the time, but it was before I started the channel, and so, well, didn't share my thoughts on it, so, well, look forward to that. But for now, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a good day.